The Halal Times, the voice of Ummah. In a powerful show of solidarity, nearly 90,000 people flooded the streets of Sydney, crossing the city's most iconic landmark, the Harbour Bridge, united by a single message: ceasefire now, free Palestine. One unexpected presence at the march was WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange, recently released from prison. Although he remained silent and did not speak to the press, Julian Assange's appearance alone sent a strong message of resistance and solidarity. Julian Assange is not just an ordinary person who was a part of this march. His presence was enough to indicate that this is a march for humanity. This person is considered the most dangerous to the US government and all Western nations. Why? He is the one who knows that every individual occupying the US government seat is a blatant liar, and he possesses the evidence to back up his claims. His organization, WikiLeaks, published thousands of US diplomatic cables, including over 3,700 related to Israel, many of which originated from the US Embassy in Tel Aviv. These cables revealed details about Israel's security concerns, its siege on Gaza, and its intelligence sharing with the US. For example, cables exposed Israel's strategy to keep Gaza's economy on the brink of collapse, to avoid a humanitarian crisis while maintaining control, as well as US acknowledgement of Israel's nuclear capabilities. Moreover, WikiLeaks cables revealed the Mossad's ties with Bahrain and Israel's efforts to curb Iran's nuclear program. He is the same person who exposed the lies of the US government regarding the Iraq War and the Afghanistan invasion, which portrayed the US to the world as a democracy and a savior. Although Julian did not share his views or comments while in the protests, his mere presence is enough to make the whole Western nations, the US and Israel, shudder down the spine, as they are fully aware that he can anytime expose their lies and deceit in front of the world. Defying heavy rains and wind, the demonstrators joined what organizers called the March for Humanity, calling for urgent international action to end the suffering in Gaza, where over 21 months of war and an ongoing Israeli blockade have created a man-made humanitarian catastrophe. In the war-ravaged enclave of Gaza, famine is no longer a threat, it is a reality. Children are starving, hospitals are collapsing, and aid, when it comes instead of relief, acts as a death trap for the already suffering population. Carrying pots and pans, protesters symbolized the hunger and deprivation Palestinians are enduring. Their chants echoed across the bridge: "Ceasefire now, free Palestine." The march came just days after a rare joint statement by Australia and over a dozen countries, expressing willingness to consider recognition of a Palestinian state, a move long demanded by justice advocates as a key step toward a two-state solution. But to many on the streets of Sydney, words are not enough. Addressing the sea of protesters, Senator Mehreen Faruqi of the Greens Party called for the harshest sanctions on Israel, directly accusing Israeli forces of extermination against Palestinians. Australia must stop hiding behind diplomacy and take real action. The siege, the bombings, the starvation, this is a war on humanity, Faruqi said. Anthony Lowenstein, author of the Palestine Laboratory, called out the government of Australia for its silence and complicity in the war crimes committed by Israel against Palestine. This is not just about Israel's actions. This is about Australia's complicity. Our government is sending weapons, surveillance tools, and silence, all of which are enabling this targeted elimination. Lowenstein said, "From the elderly to the very young, the message was clear. Gaza is not forgotten. The people of Sydney and across the world will not stay silent while a humanitarian nightmare unfolds. As the weapons fall in Gaza and children starve under siege, voices from across oceans rise in defiance. And on this Sunday in Sydney, those voices rang louder than ever. That's all for today. If you found the video informative and engaging, please like it and subscribe to the channel. Jazak Allahu khairan.